Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to give an update on the build. I actually just started with it yesterday. I'll show you what parts I got. Don't mind the mess. It's the wagon there. On my long bike build, I reused the side rails for the wagon. What we're going to be doing is going to be cutting this off here and reusing that. The reason for that is I never bothered to go over my old e-bike build, and I had noticed that I had cut these off here and here, and then welded that, the thinner one that I showed you onto it. That's why those latched on so nicely. They don't fit on this, and because of my design, I can't afford to pinch these with vice grips to make it narrow enough where the hooks would go over. They still wouldn't latch because it's too thick. So what I'm going to end up doing is cutting the piece of the thinner stuff I showed you, bringing it up about this much with spacer, and making a railing over the top that the battery bag will latch to and actually click onto. And then the only difference is, instead of going from here to here and having the latch down here for the battery, the latch will be up here, and this piece here and this piece here will only be the only used piece. This piece here will just be used for strength, really. The way I got it set up now, because you got to remember, because of this setup here, if it was on the back of the bike on a rack, it would be up here, but it's down here. It actually doesn't really interfere with the pedaling too much. Like I said, the battery is not going. I'll show you what I mean. It's just much easier to show you. Okay, so that's normally where the battery would go. It'll probably be up more like that. So it's gonna definitely give you more distance from the pedals, so your heel isn't hitting it. Design I've got, since this is solid steel, and I can't really mount it right to the end of the wheel, so this is going to be overhang from here to here. There's another hole that's already pre-drilled from previous builds. I'm going to put a bar from there up on an angle and then drill through here. Now the importance of that is drilling through here and bolting it there to there will complete my for strength. That'll basically be the rack, and the rest is just for looks. This piece here, I got a solid piece of metal that's going through all the way to about here, and that's adjustable. What I'm going to do eventually is drill a hole, obviously in the center, and bolt it right to this frame. So this frame will be one piece from here and to here and to here, and like I said, that will be the initial strength of this whole rack. These will not break or bend. They're solid from exercise machines, so they're not gonna budge. Once you bolt this down to this frame here, it won't go like this anymore. It's bolted there and there, and it'll be bolted there. Piece coming up here, bolted there and bolted there. I will have two pieces on the top one will go here to here, and another one will go to here, just to keep the gap there. And that'll be it. I can pretty much put a little deck on it if I want. Like I said, you'll have a raised railing on these for the actual clicking or mounting of the batteries. Probably what I'll do is I'll have the two batteries on the side, and then the top I'll put a wood deck, and maybe put some kind of strapping so I can put my booster pack on there or whatever else. But I'll still be able to pedal. That's the most important thing, without extending the bike. Like, I know this swing arm can take all the extra weight in certain areas, because this is the one I built where I had an extra swing out that came out to here and extended the bike. And this thing has been through hell and it hasn't bent. So I'm not too worried about that. I was more worried about it breaking right there when I had the long bike built. But I figured I'd share that. That's as far as I've gotten so far. I don't think I'm going to touch it today. I'm waiting for some parts to be able to cut some metal. But it gives you an idea on the back here what it looks like. I can't really squeeze it together. Like I said, it's just sitting there. It'll work. Definitely get the batteries that are they'll be hanging on there nice. And they're low center of gravity, so you're not going to feel them as much as you would if they were on the rack. And I got my shock back, which is going to be a sweet ride. Anyway, I'll do an update once I get this worked out and make it look a little bit more solid than it is. I'm hoping this doesn't bend, but that's been through a few builds, as you can tell with the holes in it. Not too sure why I saved it, but I'm glad I did. Anyway, take it easy, guys.